Hey everybody, it's James Freeman. So I want to do an update on the Sioux Falls Police Department, and more specifically the incident where they arrested Mark Burgess for protected free speech on a public sidewalk.
Nothing.
Fucking back the fuck away. No?
Whoa, leave him alone. Leave him alone. What are you doing to him? Run. What are you doing? Guys, what are you doing to him?
You're causing a disorder.
Immediately following the incident, the police department said that they would be conducting an internal investigation. Well, they have completed their internal investigation. Argus 911 was present for them letting us know exactly what the results of the investigation were. I'm sure you guys are going to be just absolutely thrilled with this. Here we go.
The other, I spit this out, but the only other thing I want to talk about was that video that went, I suppose, what was that, 2 weeks ago, over the weekend, that showed the officers arresting a guy. I know we talked that there was going to be an internal review on that. That review has been completed. We're not going to give any details of that because it ends up being basically a personnel matter. But I know that there was some interest in that, and we said that there was going to be a review. The review has been completed, but like I said, because it's a personnel reason, we can't give any details of basically the results of that.
Can you say if the officers are still employed?
Yeah, they are still employed. That's all I have.
All right. So I don't even know what that means because it's a personnel matter. We're not going to tell you what the results of the investigation are. I don't even know what that means. What are they trying to do here? It's the illusion of transparency, right? Yeah, we're going to tell you guys everything that's going on. Well, we did this thing internally that nobody knows about. Well, what were the results? Well, we can't tell you. Well, what is this? Is this a joke? Really? I don't know what to say, guys. I'm not satisfied. I want to know, does the Sioux Falls Police Department feel that their officers acted inappropriately or not? Does the Sioux Falls Police Department intend to continue to arrest people for protected free speech on a public sidewalk? We want to know, when the Blue Line investigated itself, whether their own colleagues found that they were right or wrong in arresting Mark Burgess. So I don't know about you guys, but I need more answers than that. And they're not giving it. If you want to contact them yourselves and see if you can get any answers that I can't, I'll leave the link to their Google listing down below. I don't know how good these phone numbers are. But honestly, I'll leave as many links as I can. Facebook, Google listings, phone numbers that I can find. But you may have to end up doing your own research to try to figure out who to contact, because you often can't get a hold of them. But there's a phone number, 605-367-7212. That's the number that's listed. It's certainly non-emergency. Now, let me say this also. The last time that people were contacting them, letting them know that they were upset with what was going on, you may remember that one of the lieutenants that I spoke to outside said that a lot of the numbers were coming from long distance, coming from people who aren't in Sioux Falls. He didn't specifically say it, but I think that what he was implying is that if you don't live in Sioux Falls, you don't have the right to know what's going on with the Sioux Falls Police Department. You don't have the right to get answers and expect transparency from the Sioux Falls Police Department. Now, these are just wild assumptions that I'm making. I could be totally wrong, but that's what I believe that they were trying to say. So let me just say this. If they pull any of that garbage on you, here in 2018, this story was published. Federal government sends $1 million to South Dakota to combat meth trafficking. I don't know exactly how much of that the Sioux Falls Police Department got, but I can guarantee you, 100% guarantee you, that the Sioux Falls Police Department is receiving federal funding. And with the national debt as high as it is, and the deficit as high as it is, not only are you paying the Sioux Falls Police Department, but your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren and probably your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren will be paying off this debt. So you have every right to contact them, no matter where you are in the country, and demand answers. The fake transparency isn't good enough. What were the results of your investigation? Why don't you just say it? Now, I don't expect anything to get fixed here. I don't expect Sioux Falls Police Department to start acting right, start obeying the law. I don't expect any of that. But what I do want is I want these government agencies to at least start openly admitting that they are not accountable to the law, at least not the same type of laws that you and I are accountable to, and that they are absolutely going to refuse to hold one another accountable. And that doesn't include just the cops, but the cops, the judges, the politicians, the lawyers. I just want them to admit it. Let's just start openly admitting that there are certain groups of people who are held accountable to the law, and there are certain groups of people who absolutely will not be held accountable.
I was. You let the criminal get away. I need him arrested right now for assault and battery. The guy in the cop car right there in 005.